Hey everybody, KC here, happy Monday. So I am actually hanging out in my backyard right now. It's the weekend as I record this, and I'm enjoying what is really a spectacular New England weekend. It is sunny, but the humidity is broken. There's a little bit of a breeze, the sun is shining, it is great. I'm just protecting my, my forehead. There's more of it now than there used to be, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful. And listen, I feel a little guilty talking about how good the weather is, because so many of our brethren around the United States are suffering from adverse weather conditions. When you look at the wildfires in Hawaii or the hurricanes that is bearing down on California, my heart goes out to everybody there, especially morning news beat readers who are out there. I certainly, over the last couple of weeks, I've spent a little bit of time on the road, going to St. Louis, Florida, and God, it was so hot. I mean, it was amazing swimming off the coast of Florida, the eastern coast of Florida. It was like bathwater. It was like getting in a hot tub. It's extraordinary, the heat and humidity that some people are suffering from around the United States. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today. It was interesting. I was sitting out here and I was going through some email from morning newsbeat readers, and one email really I thought was interesting. It was from a reader who wanted to comment about the acquisition by Aldi of Winn-Dixie and Harvey supermarkets. And this person actually asked an interesting question, which was, is it possible, because remember, Aldi is owned by the same family as Trader Joe's is owned by, would it be possible that Trader Joe's sections could go up in Winn-Dixie and Harvey supermarkets at some point? And that would be really interesting, bring a whole different audience into Winn-Dixie. Now, I'm not sure that's possible. I mean, first of all, the Aldi and Trader Joe's managements have always been pretty separate. You don't really see any crossover there. So I'm not sure that would be a natural extension. But it is interesting to think about what might be possible, simply because, I don't know about you, but I never would have guessed that Aldi would have acquired Winn-Dixie and Harvey's. I mean, they're very different kinds of supermarkets. Just a day or so ago, I went to an Aldi supermarket just to say, have I been missing something? Have they changed? But I look at that and I think about a Winn-Dixie or I think about a Harvey's, and they don't seem to have a lot of crossover. Now, clearly, Aldi's only going to change some of the stores to the Aldi banner. It's going to keep Winn-Dixie and Harvey stores. I suppose it's possible it could change the ones it wants to change and maybe sell off other stores, and maybe even turn a profit on the deal. I'm not sure exactly what they have in mind. Maybe our reader is right. Maybe they are thinking about there are ways they can kind of combine banners and put sections into other kinds of stores. Could you put a Winn-Dixie meat section into an Aldi store and give it more credibility when it comes to meat? Could you put an Aldi discount section into a Winn-Dixie or a Harvey store? Maybe you could do a Trader Joe's store. It ends up that when you combine Winn-Dixie and Harvey's together, they have about the same number of stores as Trader Joe's. So, I mean, there's the numbers are equal. I'm just not sure what they're going to do. I suspect they have a plan. They just haven't shared it with me yet. But one of the things I think it's important to keep in mind is they're clearly thinking in an unconventional way. A conventional acquisition would have said, listen, if Aldi's going to expand, it's only going to buy stores that would fit into what it's been doing to this point. It wouldn't go into something, buy a bunch of stores that really don't fit its model. Clearly is thinking in a different way. That's what retailers have to do. It may be that there are other deals on the horizon out there that we would normally not even think about, because we say, oh no, those companies don't fit. They're different. They're different, operating different kinds of stores. But maybe in the current environment, especially as there continues to be consolidation, assuming the Kroger-Albertson deal goes through, maybe we're going to see different kinds of companies with different kinds of formats come together and either merge or acquire one another or whatever it happens to be, and do things that are different. This is an unusual time in the U.S. retailing business. You've got price constraints, you've got inflation, you've got concerns about recession, and yet you've got people being willing to spend money. You've got consolidation. You've got these big companies out there that are only getting bigger. You've got the existential threats in a lot of ways that are created by companies like Walmart and Amazon. So maybe we're going to start to see innovative combinations that in the past we would not have thought about. Anything, I think, is possible, and we have to be prepared for that in terms of anticipating what might happen next. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.